Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia and here on this channel we talk about writing, journaling, and productivity to help you curate a life that you love. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my bullet journal. I've gotten a few questions from people who want to know how I use my bullet journal, how it aids in productivity, and just kind of how I go about it in general. And I also wanted to share a few things that I don't like about bullet journaling and how I'm not quite sure if it's something I'll really stick to. So before we get into this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you like it. It really helps me and my channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content about journaling. Alright, let's get into this. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about when it comes to my bullet journal is the fact that I realized I want to keep it minimal. I used to watch so many videos on bullet journals and habit trackers, and I would go on Pinterest and scroll for hours looking at different bullet journal spreads, and I kind of came to this realization that it's just something I don't really enjoy. While I love art and I love, creating artistic pieces, I just found that doing those things in my bullet journal made it feel cluttered and it didn't really prompt me to use it. Instead, I found that I really favor the minimalist approach to journaling, where you just have a few lines, have your day, maybe a few colors in there to spice it up, but that's about as far as I go. Maybe some stickers. Maybe some tiny doodles, but nothing extravagant, and it just works better for me and my own productivity. Another thing that I do when I use my bullet journal is I focus in mostly on calendars and days, weeks, stuff like that. I don't really focus on mood trackers, I don't make special vision boards, I don't really find those things as beneficial to me. Instead, I like to make a simple calendar and some simple weekly spreads that allow me to jot down all of my to-dos and all of my daily goals, and it just works better for me. I'm not sure if you guys know this YouTuber, but her name is Ashley Eaton. Her YouTube channel focuses on minimalism, but she did express on her Instagram about how she bullet journals and she does so minimalistically, and I found that I really favored that. I don't like traditional agendas for the simple fact that I can't personalize them and I can't change up the layout like I can with a bullet journal, but I still prefer that minimalistic approach that traditional store-bought agendas have, and I tend to recreate it so it works for me in my own journal. Now, I do have some habit trackers and personal growth exercises in my bullet journal, which you've probably seen on this channel a few times before. I do find them valuable and I do enjoy creating them and using them. However, I don't go overboard. Like I said, I don't really make mood trackers. Sometimes I even skip the habit tracker altogether and put it in a different journal. I don't know why, but my bullet journal tends to be more work focused. I tend to focus on creating spreads that help me to accomplish tasks within my month, but not necessarily to track everything in my life or to try to be overly artistic. I feel like I've covered this particular tidbit about my bullet journal already in this video, but I don't really do art anymore. And that almost to me makes it feel like it's no longer a bullet journal, but I really don't value art like I used to. I love art, don't get me wrong, but I don't like doing it in the bullet journal. I feel, for me personally, it kind of wastes my time and it never turns out in a way that I actually like, and it doesn't make me feel more productive. I do have a new appreciation for aesthetic spreads and scrapbook spreads, which I will probably make more of on this channel coming up shortly, but when it comes to bullet journaling itself, especially when it comes to productivity and creating these task lists, I don't like to put a lot of art in them. I think this is also important to stress that when it comes to this bullet journal, I tend to make it very easy to transition it into a digital file or like make it more digitally apt. I don't personally love digital planners as much as I love paper ones. However, I do find it easier to create all of my task lists in my bullet journal in a simplistic way that makes it easy to create a task list on Google Calendar or Asana or some other productivity app that lets me write down my tasks very minimally and makes it so that the two paper and digital planners can agree and be cohesive. And finally, something that I really want to stress is that I don't use my bullet journal every single day. I just don't. I use it, but not daily. And I think a big reason for that is simply because I just don't need to write down all of my to-dos on paper, but I can also put them into a digital app or something similar. A lot of the things I do for work is online, therefore I tend to put a lot of my organization online rather than on my bullet journal. Now I do put a lot of lists in this bullet journal. It does hold a lot of productivity resources and to-dos for me, but I don't use it every single day, and I'm okay with that. Alright, I know this was a short video, but I really hope that you enjoyed it and it gave you some insight onto how I use my bullet journal. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more journaling content like this. So, without further ado, I will catch you next week.